Hi guys, welcome to my channel, to our channel. I left the cupboard open and Mouse is like seeing a whole new world and she sometimes gets distracted, and I am really concerned with her trying to get in there lately, Jesus, later. I meant later. See, like, don't look there. And we wanted to talk to you today. I just wanted to talk to you today. I have a mild migraine, like it just starts. And I had a whole channeling session with myself today that is about rest. And this is what I want to talk to you about. And like, to be clear, not only, like, I'm explaining this not to you, but like mostly to me. That I'm here still not because it's work for me, but because, when I close my eyes and I ask myself, what would I do if I was healthy? I mean, if I felt 100%, I would do this for sure. And first of all, action from that place is aligning yourself with health, like with feeling 100%. And then again, like, I recorded a podcast, an episode for Joys to Be podcast a few days ago, where I was talking about our relationship with our body, and this conversation about feeling 100% and just acting when you feel 100% is like, it's unrealistic, because we're not 100%. We're not at our best all the time, and it's just perfectionism to expect yourself to function only when you're 100%, when you feel 100%. And like, we have our ups and downs, and we still love what we do. And like, of course, we need to check in with ourselves, and if it feels like we're torturing ourselves, this is not what we're supposed to do, this is not what we should do. But if it feels inspiring, if it feels like something that will uplift you, then do that, because this is what will lead you to feeling 100%. And this is why I'm here, even though I have a migraine. I didn't put any makeup on because I realized that I'm getting overwhelmed and burnt out, just because I need to, because I don't need to, but I felt like I needed to prepare myself for for recording videos every time. And I love recording videos. I love looking at myself. Like, I love watching my own videos. But preparing for every video and putting my makeup on, like, it's something that burns me out. And so I decided today to not do that and see how it goes. Yeah. And today I wanted to talk to you about rest, about relaxing. And I'm drinking cola. Cool cola, it's called in Russia. I'll show you. Hold on. So in Russia it looks like this, and it's called cool cola. Now, we used to have, we do still have Pepsi and cola, but they're expensive. And so now we're creating, producing our own, which is pretty good, actually. I enjoy it. And when I have a migraine, something with a lot of sugar in it feels delicious. And so my body wanted a lot of sugar, so this is what we do. And I have water too, so, because it's very important to stay hydrated. And so I had a channeling session with myself today, and this is also something new that I do, that I want to try doing regularly, to wipe that line between Dasha the channeler and Dasha the person, and Dasha the human. No, actually, this doesn't make sense. I mean, Dasha the channeler is Dasha the human, right? But it's like Dasha higher self and Dasha human. That would be correct. But like, what I'm I guess what I was trying to say is that I'm trying to wipe the line. Am I not pronouncing? Am I saying it right? To clear out. You know what I mean. This fine line between Dasha the channeler and Dasha. Yeah, it's still I still want to say Dasha the human. Also, because I'm drinking cola, I will be burping a lot. Oh, I can't do anything about it, sorry. You will have to deal with this. I'm sure you can. And I wanted to, like, this is something I also was journaling about today. That, like, in my head, just like in my head there is like Russian speaking Dasha and English speaking Dasha. I mean, like, in my head Dasha is bilingual, but I can't really harmoniously for my mind, for my human mind, present myself in one space as bilingual, because like I have Russian channels and podcasts where people don't speak English, and I can't really like speak English. I'm thinking about it as I'm speaking, and I'm thinking that like I have a Twitch channel and people there are really used to me speaking in two languages, so I guess it's just like in my head. But just like that, just like being two separate Dashas online, a Russian speaker and an English speaker, which I'm not really good at, because sometimes during an English video, like while I record an English video, I will say something in Russian and vice versa. But I had this line also between Dasha the channeler and Dasha the Dasha, and I'm not trying to, I want to change that. I want to combine these two and just be like this, person who channels, and then uses that knowledge, because like it's meant to teach me something. Was that a bird or a butterfly? I'm not wearing glasses, and so it probably was a bird, but like I didn't see it clearly, so it looked like a butterfly, which is pretty cool. And so yeah, and like I channeled a message for myself, and this is something I need to work on, and I will work on. And also I wanted to share this with you too, because first of all, it's like sharing this with me because I'm doing this for me. Mostly, like everything I do online is for me, and like I'm not saying everybody should do that. It's just that what helped me to get clear on that, on like why I am here and why I'm doing what I'm doing, is human design. And I'm Imogen 2-4. 2-4 means that, like, two means that I'm here for me. I'm here to live my life, to have my experience, and like, yeah, I can show it with the world, but as long as it's just fun for me. And doing something for the world is not my main motivation to do stuff. Like when I turn everything to be for me, this is when I have fun, and this is when I feel my cup, and this is how I can then bring value to this world through my work, when I do it, like, first and foremost for myself. Okay, Mouse is tired. Are you tired? She's tired. Okay, she will hang out with us, but like not in front of camera. She's tired of this, being a celebrity and all that. And so, what was I saying? So yeah, I'm doing this for me, and when I record something like this, I also record it for me because I will be rewatching it and I will be reminding, like, this will be a reminder for myself, but also for you, because I love creating. I love recording videos. I love talking about this amazing stuff that is like, that changes the quality of our lives for the best, you know, for better, for the better. And so like from that channeling session that I had with myself, I'm talking for 10 minutes already. Wow. So I took what I was talking, I took the notes that I had, that I was, Jesus, how do I say this? I was writing in my journal, and then I took bullet points from, it's not even bullet points because they are like the whole passages. And I will be just sharing this channeled wisdom, and then I will be maybe like riffing on it more. And so let's begin. Maybe I won't finish, like maybe we'll take only half of it, I don't know, because like it's a long list, but I just wanted to talk to you about, because I felt that it's important. And so the first channeled message that I had was this. And this was like in the very beginning. Okay, I will read it to you, and then I will explain. I mean, I will tell the backstory. It's called, like it says, you need to learn that relaxation is not something you do after a day of hard work. Relaxation is a lifestyle. And this was like before the journaling session, before the channeling, before everything. I just woke up with a headache, and I was like in a slow mode, you know. I was like, I had breakfast, and I was like, I was thinking about like what I should do, because I was planning on recording a video today, but I didn't feel like it. And then I had this idea, it wasn't even an idea, I had this desire to take a bath. And I heard this like resistance in my mind, not resistance, but I was like, but I have plans, I wanted to do this and that, and like taking bath is usually something that I do in the evening. And this is when I had this like clear message from my higher self downloaded, that you need to learn that relaxation is not something you do after a day of hard work. Relaxation is life, this is how you do life. And I liked that. And then I went and took a bath, and I usually journal when I'm in the bath, when I'm taking a bath. And I wrote it down. I wrote down that like I'm taking a bath in the middle of the day, and like I think this is the earliest the earliest time I ever took a bath. And because my higher self told me that relaxation is not something that you do after a hard day. And like we will talk about this today more, but I'll just leave it at that here. And the next channel message was, calm your mind and trust. Calmness is your sharpest weapon. I first didn't understand what was like, why sharpest weapon? Why weapon? Why are we talking about weapon? But then like there's the continuation. Take your thoughts and prejudices and just take them away. They're not needed. You're safe when you're open for possibilities, open for new fresh ideas, open for business. Like open for business means something else, right? But this is how I wrote it, and I decided to keep it here. Just open. And calmness is your sharpest weapon. Calmness, is this a word? Is it a word? Calmness? Is it like calm? Anyway, I understood what it meant because I've been obsessing about something. Like something in our life, in my and my husband's life needs to be done, needs to get done. And I'm obsessing about this because I'm thinking about the way how to approach this the best, you know. And since I was obsessing about this was the message for me that I want to share with you now, that it's the sharpest weapon, and that all the thoughts, all the obsessions, all the prejudices are not needed we think that when we overthink stuff and then and when we like obsess about stuff, that we're actually solving something. But the reminder here is always that clarity and like solutions is not something we come up with the help of our mind, because if we knew solutions we would already solve that, right? And like this was one of the biggest insights that I had when I was once listening to Abraham, and I heard this from them, that like solutions and clarity, oh my god. And now I'm remembering that like the answer, no, the answer, the question is one vibration and the answer is a totally different vibration. The same as the problem and the solution are two different vibrations, and you can be in the energy of the problem and solve things. Like you need to be in the energy of the solution to solve the problem. This is also like, I just remembered and I'm like, oh, why didn't I remember it earlier? I needed that. And so what was I saying? I wanted to say something that we don't like, we download clarity, we download solutions, we don't come up with them, because if we knew it with our mind already, we would solve it. And when we journal, when we meditate, we calm our mind. And this is when we shift from the energy of the problem, which means like obsessing about something and like thinking crazy thoughts and trying to solve shit. When we calm our mind with the help of different practices, this is when we shift into the energy of the solution. This is when our mind gets clear with the help of those practices, and we can see, like we can zoom out and see this information, see this situation with different eyes, right? And so I will read again. Calm your mind and trust. Calmness is your sharpest weapon. Take your thoughts and prejudices and just take them away. They're not needed. They're not needed. You're safe when you're open. Open for possibilities, open for the new, fresh ideas, open for business. I don't know why open for business though. Is this making sense? I don't know. I thought just open for business is like my business is open for business. I'm open for business. It's like come and approach me. Well, actually, this makes sense, right? Interesting. Okay. The next channeled message was, stop hiding and preparing for the fight. You already won. There is a place where you already won, and go there right now. This reminds me of the teachings, the recent teachings from Katrina Ruth, who I learned from a lot lately. And like, honestly, it's off topic, but when I chose for myself, like before that, I used to have not many, but like more than 5. I would say, well, let's say 6 or 7. I had 6 or 7 teachers that I was listening to. I love them all. They are amazing. I chose the best one, who I resonated with the most. And I was listening to them and I was learning from them. But then I had this, maybe it was channeled, maybe I received it during a channeling session. I don't remember how and why I decided so, but I decided to just pick one teacher and just listen to her, even if it's like free content. Listen to her and learn from her and do what she tells you to do. I decided to try this for 1 month, and the way I started growing and the way I started leaping, I would say, and the way, like the speed with which my life started changing is just enormous. And this is why It's so amazing when you choose a mentor and you just work with one mentor. I mean, at least for me, this worked amazingly. And like, I highly recommend trying it for at least a month. And so I decided to keep going because there's still so much wisdom that I can take from Katrina Ruth, and like, this is who I learn from, like, on a daily basis. I listen to somebody else now, like to other coaches that I love, but it's like 80% one coach that I chose, and then 20% somebody else, because like, this is powerful. And she was teaching, what was I talking about? She was teaching that like, there is a physical place where all that is meant for you already is. It's a physical place, and you need to go there right now. And then she was explaining that this physical place is like, you need to find this, as I understood it, you need to find this place within yourself, and you need to act as if, like, you need to put yourself into the mindset of already having everything that you want, and act from there. And this is how you bring this into reality. And so the channeled message that I received today was, stop hiding and preparing for the fight. It's also like, again, it's for my situation, because I was obsessing about something, and I need to be confronting someone, and it may not even be a confrontation, it's just that it triggers me. It's about protecting my boundaries, and like, there's gonna be a conversation, and I'm stressing out about it, and I'm making it harder than it probably will be. And so I'm working on manifesting like an easy outcome where we all understood each other, But the message for me was, stop hiding and preparing for the fight. You already won. And this is what I wanted to share with you, because like, apply this to any situation where you're obsessing about your life, about something in your life. Stop hiding and preparing for the fight. You already won. There is a place where you already won, and go there right away. Like, imagine that you already won, and live there and be in that space. How do you feel? What do you believe about life and people, and like, how life works? And from there, act. Okay, so the next one is, there is a place where you are loved, cared for, supported, and abundant. Trust it. Trust has always been, for years, I think, the main channeled advice that I receive over and over and over again about all the things. About my health, about my relationship, about my money situation, about my coaching business, about coaching practice, I would say. I have resistance toward the word business. So it's practice. About everything, just trust. And here it is again. There is a place where you're loved and cared for and supported and abundant. Trust it. And trust that you know the path. Your heart does. And you hear it when your thoughts are calm. Quiet mind is a powerful mind, a powerful force of good, of peace. And you're okay. Trust your inner light and guidance. You're always supported. Always supported. Trust. I like this part about that, like, trust that you know the path. It's like, it's different. It's a different level of not even acceptance of, I guess, peace. Where spiritual teachers tell you, like, you're already okay, and you're abundant, and like, you're gonna be okay. And what is it? There is a place where you're loved and cared for and supported and abundant. And it's like, we heard it all, right? And for a long time, for me, it was the question of like, where is it? if there is such a place, how do I achieve it? How do I get there? And this next phrase that trust that you know the path, your heart does. This is powerful because this is something that took me a while to work on, to integrate, I guess, that I know the path and that I'm good enough and that I am, how do I say it? Not good enough, but I wanted to say something else. I'm good at, like I'm knowledgeable enough, I'm wise enough, I'm smart enough to get there without anybody's help, because the message that we receive a lot from, maybe less now, but at least the message that I heard a lot that was confusing to me was that, well, maybe it's just programming, right? Like from society, that I can't get there myself. I need some teacher, I need some guide to get me there, because if I knew, this is good. If I knew how to get there, I would already be there, right? This is exactly what we were talking about a few minutes ago. And this is how I felt. Like, if there is a place where all is well and all my dreams are coming true, where is that place? I don't know the answer to this question. And this is why I need somebody else to lead me there. And therefore, like, I'm not good enough and I can't get there myself. But the truth is, like, it's just programming. And what was I talking about? In which context we were talking about it just now? Maybe this, what I'm going to say here, applies there too. Oh yeah, it's about the energy of the problem and about the energy of the solution, right? Like, we can get the solution ourselves. We can get ourselves there, but not with the help of our mind. And our mind is not something that need to be working 24/7. Like, there are other places we can be in, like inner peace, like inner guidance, like our communication with God, or with higher self, or with like angels, like whatever you call it, this higher power that you're connected to. Or maybe it's like just the wiser part of you. It can be, this is how it was for me for a long time when I had a unhealed relationship with God and the universe. I was speaking to the wiser part of me that seemed to be always there when I really take the time to connect with her, But I forgot what I was saying. And so the truth is that we can lead ourselves there, just not with the help of our mind. Our mind should be relaxed and at peace and calm, because our heart knows the path. And your heart knows the path, and you hear it when your thoughts are calm. Quiet mind is a powerful mind, a powerful force of good. And here I want to remind you, somebody texted me. And here, it reminded me of a practice that I heard from Lori Ladd, and I really enjoyed, when she was saying that when you want to solve something unsolvable, what you need to do is you need to pray before you enter the situation. You need to just close your eyes and take a breath, and then ask your higher self, this is so cute, and ask your higher self to lead you, to guide you, to be with you, and to speak with your mouth, and to listen with your ears, and to look with your eyes, and just take over you, so you would know how to go about it, in a way where you are heard. And when from our human mind and human perspective, we're trying to prove our point to somebody. Where usually, like when we are stressed, we usually don't listen. We wait for somebody to stop talking so we could start, and we are not actually hearing because we are so focused on proving our point. But when we pray this prayer, when we say this prayer, we allow, like, and we connect with our breath, and I have talked about this on my podcast. I think there is to be podcast. I think it's like episode 2 or 4, maybe, when I was talking about meditation. I can't remember. But when you focus on your breathing, you connect with your higher self, and then you say this prayer, and then what you do next is like you get into that stressful situation, focus on your breathing. Like, this is the main thing that you do. You focus on your breathing, and everything else, like coming up with answers, is like what comes second, you know. The first thing, like the most important thing you do, is you focus on your breathing, and maybe remind yourself of the prayer, like keep praying that like, my higher self, could you please speak through me? I tested this practice. This works so great. You just, like, you download things that you, like, you need to say, and then people hear you, and then they don't like, they let their guard down, I would say. And this is also such a cool thing that I reminded myself of right now, that I'm gonna use in a conversation with that person that I need to have a conversation with. This is so cool. Okay, so next, what's next? Where is it? Where did I stop? Okay, something you want is so close and yet unreachable. This was also about me, about my situation. And you're so tired of this chasing and holding on and not being able to exhale. Something you want is so close and yet unreachable. And you're so tired of this chasing and holding on and not being able to exhale. You're not letting the universe help you. You're not seeing how things can be done without your active participation. And it's time for you to learn to receive support from everywhere you turn. This was your desire to learn that. This was my desire to learn that. There is a place where it all is solved and done and ready for you. Go there, exhale now. Once again, something you want is so close and yet unreachable. And you're so tired of this chasing and holding on and not being able to exhale. This was the state I was in. And as I'm sharing this with you, I feel that my headache is like melting away, which is pretty cool. And so yeah, this is the state of mind that I had, the state of being that I was in. And it was subconscious, you know. I didn't even, I thought, oh, I'm doing everything right. I thought that I'm just focusing on what needs to be done, on the important stuff. But this is how I actually felt, and this is why my body was stressed, you know. Because I was it was like a carrot and the donkey, you know. I was just chasing that carrot, and I was like, I will just get it done and then I will relax. And it was just such a long such a long, marathon, that I just got exhausted. And this is what I received during channeling. You're so tired of this chasing and holding on and not being able to exhale. You're not letting the universe help you. You're not seeing how things can be done without your active participation. And honestly, sometimes I don't. And I forget that, you know, there are things where I remember, there are areas of my life where I remember about this, that things get to be easy. And there are still things where I think it needs my active participation. It needs all my resources. And it doesn't even occur to me in these areas to ask for help and ask for guidance, and that maybe things can be done easier and resolved. Things can be resolved without my active participation. And when I heard this message today, when I first wrote and then read this message today, I was like, oh, here too, really? Like, this can be done without my active participation and me gathering all the resources to a point where I'm exhausted. This can be done here too. And so, you're not letting the universe help you. You're not seeing how things can be done without your active participation. And it's time for you to learn to receive support from every way you turn. Listen to me. It's a message for you too. It's time for you to learn to receive support from everywhere you turn. This was your desire to learn that. I guess if you're listening to this right now, this was your desire too, to learn that. Because this was my desire to learn that. There is a place where it all is solved and done and ready for you. Go there. Exhale now, right now. And this is why we're talking about rest today. Because rest is not something that you get to have after a day of hard work, like we are used to thinking, you know. Rest is just like the way of life. And this is the way of life where you get to receive support from everywhere you turn. Oh my God, this is so beautiful. Next, what needs to be healed is your habit to exhaust yourself. I would say that we're now coming to the most delicious parts of the channeling. What needs to be healed is your habit to exhaust yourself, your addiction or just a habit of living in the cycle of getting super tired and then resting. Life can be very different, you know. No need to constantly exhaust yourself. When I heard that, when I received that for myself, only then I realized, and like, it just keeps me, I don't know how to say this in English, but I want to say it just keeps me in awe of my own gift, of this channeling that I can do, because it addresses things that it challenges my own thinking patterns, and I'm so impressed by how this works, because this was the program that was running in my mind, in my system, just by default, and I didn't even think about it, and I didn't even think that it can be somehow different, because this is something like, this is how I viewed life. You first exhaust yourself, and then you rest, and then you like recharge. And we were talking about people thinking that they're like batteries, you know, right? Remember in the live that I had, that I did a few days ago. I will add it in the end of the video. In the end of this video, I will add it so you could listen to that one, watch that one. If you feel like it. It was called "Allow Yourself to Be Fully You," and you will have, or you will receive energy to be. Can't remember. To be like the youest you. I don't know. Can't remember, but something like that. It was a really good live stream. And this is where I was talking about that we people sometimes think that we work like batteries. And when I was talking about this, I thought that I knew that it's not true, but then I received this message and I'm like, oh, life can be different than just exhausting yourself and then resting, and then again exhausting yourself and then resting. I will read it again. What needs to be healed is your habit to exhaust yourself. Your addiction, or just a habit of living in the cycle of getting super tired and then resting. Sometimes it's addiction. Sometimes it's just a habit. And this is why it's like, it's either addiction or just a habit of living in the cycle of getting super tired and then resting. Life can be very different, you know. No need to constantly exhaust yourself. The next one. Stop looking outside, look inside. Your inner being knows all the answers and the divine timing. It's not so hard to follow it, and when it feels so hard to follow your inner guidance, the divine timing is not only one chance that you can easily miss. Just go within and stay there and trust yourself. Trust yourself, trust yourself, trust yourself. I love this part about that divine timing, you know. When we talk about manifestation and inspired action, a lot of people fall into this trap of thinking that divine timing is something like, is just one moment in time where you feel like, okay, now it's time, and you need to immediately do that, or you miss the chance. And I know for sure that it's not how it works. You can be like, you can receive this divine guidance and be scared of it and resist, and you have plenty of time to work on your resistance, to calm yourself, to have a journaling session with yourself, to even be scared for a week and then decide to do it. But as long as you are keeping yourself connected with your higher self and receiving this guidance, you know, hearing this guidance, calming your mind to hear your heart, you will not miss, because this will be like, divine timing is now, and now, and now, and now, and now, and now, and like, it's always ready for you. Your inner being is always ready for you. I don't remember if I told you this story, but it was there was a cool story. Abraham shared it, where they said that Esther sometimes loves to play this game with her granddaughter, where they set the, or what's it called, the navigating system in her car to some place where they want to go, and then the system tells them to turn right or turn left, and they do the opposite. They don't, like, they on purpose don't listen to that guidance, and they turn the other way. And once they were doing this for, like, they can do this for hours, and they just enjoying the process of of being rebellious and not listening to the system. And every time they make the wrong turn, the system just creates a new way from where they are, and it keeps navigating them, and they keep, you know, not listening to the system, and it keeps recreating the way from where they are. And at some point of doing this, Esther's granddaughter said, like, she was surprised, and she said, she keeps being nice to us. And Abraham said that, like, this is exactly how it works with our inner being. No matter where we make, like, the wrong turn, even though there are no wrong turns, you don't need to, you don't need to come back. You don't need to feel guilty because you were not listening properly, because your inner guidance keeps being nice to you. It keeps loving you. It doesn't even, like, it's not even an option for it to hate you and be mad at you and say, okay, I'm done, you're stupid somebody, stupid person, why did I say that? But yeah, and I forgot why I shared it. Oh, because divine timing. It's not so hard to follow your inner guidance. Oh, wait a second. Your inner being knows all the answers and the divine timing. It's not so hard to follow it. And when it feels hard to follow it, the divine timing is not the only chance that you can easily miss. Just go within and stay there. Just calm your mind and stay there in that calm place. Again, you know, another puzzle piece, I would say, was that when I just started learning from Abraham and trying to apply Abraham's teachings, like integrate them into my life, I thought that, oh, what was I going to share? I forgot. Hold on. Just go within and stay there. I thought that, like, I need to calm my mind, and then what I do, I'm like, you know, meditating, and I'm calming my mind, and then I feel calm, and I'm like, okay, what's next? I need to do something. Like, there is no next. Just stay there. Now I understand that, but like I understand it with my mind, but I still need to implement that to, you know, to practice it, to make it my life, to make it part of my life. Because now I just like know it with my mind, and that's it. Trust yourself, trust yourself, trust yourself. Okay, what else do we got? We have 1, 2, 3, 4 more points, 4 more passages. Rest, it's the next one. Rest, calm your mind. No, wait. Rest, calm mind, relaxation, vacation mode. I wrote it after. I wrote it when I was getting ready for this video, but I will explain. Letting all your fears and worries go. Let them go. Write them down if you want. Do this daily if it helps. I love this part. It's almost like a poem. Write them down if you want. Do this daily if it helps. Learn to rest no matter what you do. Your husband said it right yesterday, and I will share the story with you. Your husband said it right yesterday. Take care of yourself first. Not of all the things that need to get done before you can rest. Things never get fully done as long as you're alive. But when your mind is at peace and you rest, everything just gets done. Integrate this truth inside of you and live by it. This was the answer to the question of what needs to be the first step towards my healing. I think I have this tarot spread that I use when I'm faced with a problem or I don't feel well, and I use the same tarot spread. And so like there was the question of like what are the first steps toward healing, and this was the answer. Rest is the first step toward healing. Calm mind, relaxation, and then I wrote down vacation mode because this is what I remembered again. Abraham was sharing this. There was a post somewhere on Instagram, I think, where they said, we want you always to be on a vacation mode. In a vacation mode, like imagine yourself in a vacation mode where you're like not thinking about something hard, and you just take time to relax, and you just take time to enjoy, and you rest, right? And your mind is calm because you allowed yourself this time to relax. And we know already with what I shared with you in this video that like it's not something that you get to do after a day of hard work or a month of hard work or I don't know, a year of hard work or a life of hard work. This is something like, this is the way of life. And we get to always be in a vacation mode where our mind can be like focused, really focused and concentrated when we need it, but not like 24/7. We don't need it 24/7. Like this is not a happy life when our mind is stressed out 24/7, right? We all know that. Letting all your fears and worries go. Let them go. Write them down if you want. Do this daily if it helps. And it was about my journaling sessions because I was just thinking when I was receiving that channeled message, at the same time I was thinking that maybe I need to get back to daily journaling, to like morning pages, which are not technically morning pages for me. They're like sometimes noon pages and sometimes like afternoon pages. And this is why I received this message about like, if you want to write it down, write it down. Your husband said it right yesterday. Take care of yourself first, not of all the things that need to get done before you can rest. Yesterday we were packing our bags because we're still moving from one place to another, and I shared the story about our moving and why we move in my live stream. That was about not settling down, how the not settling for less than what you want really looks like. I have examples. I've got examples, like this was the title. And I will also add this live stream here. I was going to say something. Oh, so, and we were packing our bags yesterday, and I was like, I need to do this, I need to finish this. No, we need to also like, there's a little bit of like what needs to get done for it to be finished here, and also like a tiny little bit here and tiny little bit here. And I was like, and I was exhausted already, and I was like, no, just one little thing, like until we finish. And my husband was like, stop it right now, you are torturing yourself. Like, it was obvious that I was torturing myself. And like, this is when he was like, hey, you need to relax, you need to take care of yourself first. And I was like, oh, he's so right. And I kept going. Actually, I still finished what I wanted, what I felt like it was needed to be done. And this is why my higher self today was like, hey, excuse me, your husband said it right today, yesterday. Take care of yourself first, not of all the things that need to get done before you can rest. Things never get fully done as long as you are alive. And this is the truth that I'm still so resistant about. Like, it was, even when I wrote it for myself, like in a channel message, I was sad about it. Like, what do you mean things never get to be done, like fully done? But it's true. Like, as long as you live, you create things to be done for yourself, because like you keep generating ideas, and like you keep generating more things that need to be done. And Abraham says that, like, oh, what did he say? Why am I referring to Abraham as he today? They say you can never get it done, and you can never get it wrong. And you can never get it wrong because you can never get it done. Because like, there are many ways to do it, there are many attempts you can have. And yeah, like, you need to rest, you need to make relaxation and taking care of yourself your lifestyle, because this is when your mind is at peace and you rest, everything just gets done. And it's about like that previous passage, or like one of the previous passages about that. Allow yourself to receive help, allow the universe to help you, allow yourself to receive help and support from wherever you turn, right? And integrate this truth inside of you and live by it, that you can rest and then things get done. Like, this is like not an affirmation, I was going to say something else, but like, this is the truth that you get to choose and repeat to yourself as an affirmation until you believe it and until you make it your truth. That when you rest, when your mind is at peace and you rest, everything just gets done. And this is such a cool thing. Like, I'm trying to change the lighting because it keeps my camera keeps changing it, but I don't know how to, I forgot how to lock it. Is this better or worse? And so, 3 more. Next one. When you calm your mind and learn to rest, you'll feel what to act on and when. You won't be torn apart between your desires anymore. The version of you that you dream about is at peace. Oh my God, this is so good. And now I think that it needs to be lighter a little bit. I'm being a perfectionist again. I'm sorry. I'm not sorry. I'm not. I love and approve of myself. So, when you calm your mind and learn to rest, you'll feel what to act on and when. Again, about the divine timing, right? You won't be torn apart between your desires anymore, because like, when we function, like when we use our mind to go about life, to go through life, to live, right? As our main decision-making machine, this is what Katrina Ruth was talking about too. Like, we go within, we breathe, we meditate, we visualize, we receive. And this is what I was doing. Oh my God, like recording a video about this and sharing this with you and explaining, it's just so insightful for me, inciting. This process is so insightful for me. Like, I'm I'm happy. I'm just really happy right now. So I was doing this too. Like, we go within and we receive this vision of our dream life, let's say, right? And this is also what I was talking about in the previous live stream, that is called allow yourself to be you. Allow yourself to be yourself, and you will have enough energy to be the newest you, like something like that, that I will share, and it will be like on top in the end of this video, so you could just tap on it and get to that video. And so, like, you go within, you receive this vision of your future, like of your dream life, right? And then you get out of there, you get back into your mind, and you try to you use all your resources and you exhaust yourself trying to get to that picture with the help of your mind, planning this all the time, which is not the process. And Katrina Ruth was talking about this, like, I think today I was watching one of her live streams where I heard her talk about it. You just need to go within and stay there, because you will receive guidance. You will know the how. When you just go into that picture, you calm your mind and you just fucking stay there. And not just, be done after meditation or visualization and just get back into your messy mind and be stressed about it and try to do it. And this is what I've been trying to do. I saw this picture in my mind and I was trying to go about it with my mind. And I thought that I created such an amazing plan, but for some reason it didn't work because I felt exhausted when I was implementing that plan. I was like, what am I doing wrong? What am I missing? This is exactly what I was missing. Fucking rest, bitch. This is so good. I don't know about you, but I'm enjoying this so much. Like, this video is amazing. Okay. And then there was like one more part of this passage. The version of you that you dream about is at peace. And it's true. And like, I think it's true for everybody. Like, for everybody I worked with, everybody I learned from, this is what we all are chasing, because we're chasing it. This feeling of peace, I remember Amanda Francis was talking about this, like she was doing some meditation and and she had a vision of her future self, and she said that like what was different from her, like from present her, what was different in that future self from how she was in the present moment. She said that Amanda was so much more relaxed, and this is when she implemented this practice where she started asking herself more often, what would relaxed Amanda do now? And we all want, like, our dream version of ourselves is relaxed, and this is what we forget, because we want to, like, if our dream version of ourselves is at peace, is resting enough, and is relaxed, then how are we going, we're trying to get to that future, like, dream version of ourselves by stressing out our way, but by trying to think and overthink and obsess about how to get there, because it doesn't make sense. We need to calm ourselves and teach ourselves to calm ourselves, so we would become that future version of us which is at peace. Next one, relax. You don't have to test your strengths. We know you're strong, and you know you are. Your strength is not in your ability to exhaust yourself. Oh my God, listen to me, people. Listen to me. Your strength is not in your ability to exhaust yourself. Your strength is in your ability to make your world lighter and more easygoing. You don't need to chase anything. It will all come and knock on your door. You know that. I will talk about this. It's time to believe that and apply and see how the universe can and want and longs to surprise you and take your breath away. This is so delicious. Relax. You don't have to test your strengths. We know you're strong. And you know you're strong. Your strength is not in your ability to exhaust yourself, which we often think, right? We often think like that. Like, I'm so strong and I'm gonna push through and like make myself do shit because like I want to prove to myself and the whole world that I'm strong. But your strength is not in exhausting yourself, in your ability to exhaust yourself. Your strength is in your ability to calm your freaky mind, to make your world lighter and more easygoing. Choose this to be your strength. Choose this, to show this to the world, and to yourself, to prove this to yourself. You don't need to chase anything. It will all come and knock on your door. You know that. And this is what I want to talk about separately because, take the time to talk about it because when I started learning Abraham's teachings, when I started listening to Abraham, I also at the same time found a lot of a whole new world opened up for me, and I found a lot of podcasters and a lot of coaches. This is when I opened for myself the world of coaching. I discovered, the world of coaches. And there were two different messages. Abraham and very low percentage of coaches were teaching that you can the most important thing in your practice is to calm your mind, to relax, to your main focus is your inner state, your emotions, your relaxation again, right? Like your peace of mind and your focus on that place where you already have everything you want, like when you go to that place and you stay there and how you feel. Like this is the embodiment practice, right? And then the doors will be opening up for you, and you will receive guidance and you will act on it, And there was another message that the majority of coaches that I was listening to back then were teaching, that you can't just sit there and do nothing and just meditate. You need to take action, because if you just sit there and meditate, nothing's gonna come your way. And I was confused because I really wanted to believe Abraham and everything that they were teaching, but there were a lot of people who were successful and they were showing their success and they were teaching other people to be successful, whose message was that you can't just sit still and meditate. You need to do something. You need to take action. And then I manifested my husband. And when I told the story already, there is a video on my channel. It's my love story part 1 and my love story part 2, where I shared this. But my mom was bugging me when I was 26 that I'm already 26 and I'm not looking for a husband, and I need to find a man because I'm just, my life is just all about work and home and work, and I don't do anything else, and I don't work on actually meeting my husband. Meeting people, one of which could be my husband. And she even convinced me to what's it called? To use dating apps. I didn't like it. I hated it. I don't like meeting new people where every first date is a job interview and you talk about the same shit and you tell stuff about yourself. I hate this process. I hated this process. And so I tried it for a while and then I gave up. And I realized for myself that it's so stressful for me that if I don't meet my husband some natural way, which for me would also be I want to be friends first. for a while and then get into a relationship. Like, if that is not how it happens, then I'm ready to be alone for the rest of my life, because I don't want to actively look for husband. This is ridiculous. This is not what I want to spend my life, like spend my time doing. And I started streaming on Twitch, and I was sitting and meditating. I was visualizing a lot. I was doing all the practices, a lot of practices from Abraham. I have a video where I described it. I will add it. I think you can add it on a vertical video too, right? I will add it here. There is a video where I talked about the, like, when you love somebody and they don't love you back. I think that's where I shared practices. I will also add a bunch of two videos that I remember now, in the description box. For you, like, if you're interested, you can watch those videos where I shared the practices. But I was just dreamy. I didn't do anything about it because I didn't know what to do. I was just dreaming. Oh, Jesus, sorry. I was just dreaming nonstop. And I found my husband on Twitch. And I was the person who was the loudest when she said that, when I shared. Like, I was very strict and very serious about saying that, you guys, I'm not on Twitch to find a husband. And yet, this is where we met, and we were friends first. It was a long distance relationship for a while, and now we are married for 2.5 years already, and we're happy and we love each other, and like, he's the man of my dreams. And I just meditated. I didn't take inspired action. Inspired action maybe. I didn't take action. I was not focused on action. I didn't know what to do. And even when we were in a long distance relationship, there was a lot of doubt, and there was a lot of fear, and I couldn't do anything. I kept meditating, and I kept visualizing, and I kept focusing on the love that I want and I dream about. And here we are. I didn't know how it happened. I didn't know how it was supposed to happen, but when it happened, I was like, oh, it was actually not that hard. And yet I was like, and yet the way it happened was magical, actually. I just didn't see it coming, and I didn't see how, and but it's another story. And then I think a few months ago, I received a channeling message, I think for somebody else. There was a channeling session where we talked about this. And I realized that actually, for me, the truth is that you can meditate and visualize and focus on your inner state, and then everything else comes and knocks on your door. And I remember a lot of relationship coaches laughing at this attitude where they're like, you need to actually go places and meet people, because like, if you dream about Prince Charming and you don't do anything, and you don't work on meeting that Prince Charming, do you expect that he will just randomly come and knock on your door? This is like almost what happened in my life. And this is why this channeling message for me today was that you don't need to chase anything. It will all come and knock on your door. You know that. I know that. And after I realized that this is actually how it works for me, and this is what I choose to believe, and this is like how I create my reality, I started unfollowing all the coaches that were saying, teaching the opposite message, that like, it can't be just visualizations and meditations. You actually need to do something, because this doesn't resonate. Because this, again, like, no matter what they mean when they say that and not explain, they put me into this mindset of like, oh my God, I'm wasting my time when I'm just meditating and visualizing because I'm not doing anything. No, you're doing a lot. You're doing like 90% of the work, if not 99% of the work. When you visualize and meditate and you calm your mind and you you teach yourself to rest, like, this is the most important thing. And then the inspired action will come. And if you miss the opportunity, it's not the one time only opportunity, because the divine timing is now and now and now. And you can heal, you can shift, you can be scared of that of that inspired guidance, and you can sit in fear for a week like I did when I received the inspired guidance to stream on Twitch, and I was scared of it, and I was like, no, I don't want to do it. Why am I like, what is this divine guidance all about? And I sat in fear for a week, and then I was like, okay, I will do it because I still have this desire within me. And then I did it, and the divine timing was then, and I trusted it. You don't miss your chance. There's no such thing as missing your chance. Chance. Okay. And so, you don't need to chase anything. It will all come and knock on your door. You know that. It's time to believe that. Because this is my case. I know that, but I don't often believe that. I have the same complicated relationship with affirmations, because I know they work, but I kind of don't believe they work, even though I know they work. But I'm like, but there are a lot of people who say that they don't work, it's time to believe that and apply that and see how the universe can and want and longs to surprise you and take your breath away. Just make it your truth and believe it. Because when you believe, you create it, In the last passage for today, you build your life, you build your life, you build your reality. You can choose it to be whatever you want. I'm having fun playing with this thing. These are curtains, and they're so fun to play with, so. I hope they don't probably don't need to do that. I shouldn't do that. Okay, you build your life, you build your reality. You can choose it to be whatever you want. Do you really choose to be exhausted mentally and physically? Exhausted. Mentally and physically. We don't think so. You're loved. Stop choosing chains. You build your life, you build your reality. You can choose it to be whatever you want. Do you really choose to be exhausted mentally and physically? We don't think so. You're loved. Stop choosing chains. Stop choosing chains. This part is about you can't remember exactly the phrase, but Abraham says that you're so free you can choose bondage. I think it was bondage. That we have free will. And with this free will, which is actually, this is a ridiculous. I was going to say this is a paradox we live in, where we have our own free will, but we don't use it because we are just raised with some bullshit programming, and we keep believing it for the rest of our lives, and we don't even doubt it, and we don't even question where it comes from. And this is why we don't actually practice our free will. We don't use it properly. And this is how Abraham once, maybe not even once, explained that if it's so easy to just meditate and visualize and stay focused on your dream and calm your mind to listen to your heart, because your heart knows all the answers, and it's all about the energy of the solution, and that you need to put yourself into the energy of the solution, not the problem. If all of it is just so easy, why not everybody lives the life of their dreams? And they said that it's because you are so free, you can choose bondage. And this was the channeled message, the final channeled message for me today. You create your reality. Do you really want your reality to be where you are exhausted physically and mentally? Why do you keep choosing chains and bondage and cages when you're so free? And this is what I want to leave you with. Let's choose a different reality for us, and let's just make rest our daily practice and our lifestyle and the way we do life. because it's also about making it easy, you know, and stop. Do I have a live stream about this, or did I record a video about this like hard work, and that like we still are subscribed to drama because we don't believe things get to be easy? Like, I don't remember, but yeah, this is what I want to leave you with today, you guys. Thank you for watching. It was so good. This video was so good, holy fuck. And subscribe to my channel, subscribe to my podcast. Don't forget to give me a thumbs up, and maybe share what resonated the most. I would appreciate your feedback, positive feedback. I wouldn't appreciate your negative feedback. Don't share it with me. If I triggered you, journal about it. Like, it's your shit. But if you have something nice to say and supportive, I would appreciate your feedback. Yeah, subscribe also to my Joyous to Be podcast. I share amazing things there too. And find me on Instagram. I'm at Dasha Thinks. Okay, I will go now, and I will see you next time. Have a good day.